Good morning, Year 4. Welcome to your maths lesson for Friday, the 29th of January. And today we're going to be doing some area assessment. So we're going to warm our brains up first, and then we will set off in a moment. Okay, so just move myself out the way. The first thing I'd like to do is to use any one of these multiplication methods to solve these problems. Okay, so we've got grid method here, we've got expanded column method, and we've got contracted column method. So if you could pause the video here and have a go at those, please. Okie doke, let's have a look at the answers together. So here are the answers. I'm not going to go through them because it will take a long time and I want us to get on with our assessment stuff today. But if you have a look at your answers, and if they're different to mine, and maybe you've used grid method, and you've got an answer that's different, try and use one of the other methods to see if you can come up with the correct answer, okay? Right, moving on to the main event. So, obviously, you don't have this sheet in front of you to write on. So I've put A and B on the shapes sometimes to make it easier for you to answer the question with words, okay? So number one, tick the shape with the greatest area. So obviously you just write down number one and then you write A or B, depending on which one you think has the greatest area. A similar thing for number two, match each shape to its area. So here are the shapes. Here I've labelled them A, B, and C for you, and then you've got the areas along the bottom. So you'd write number two, and then you write A equals whichever one of those you think is the correct answer, B equals, and C equals, like that. These two you can just do in your book. That's quite straightforward. So if you'd like to pause here and do those, and then press play again when you're ready to move on to the next page. Okay, you're ready. So question 5, again, I've put A and B on the shapes for you. So which shape has the greatest area? So you write 5 and then you write A or B. And then here, don't miss this bit out, it says explain your answer, okay? Because this bit, look, is worth 2 marks. You get one answer for saying if A or B has the greatest area, and then you get another mark for explaining your answer. What is the area of each shape? So again, write 6A, the area, 6B, the area. Draw a rectangle with an area of 15 squares. It doesn't matter which way up your rectangle goes, as long as it's a rectangle and it's got an area of 15 squares. Then number 8, Mo says that these two shapes have the same area. Is Mo correct? Explain your answer. So say yes or no if he's correct, and then explain your answer for your 2 marks there. And then this one, using the greater than, less than, or equal to symbols to show which has the greater area out of A and B. So once again, in your book, write A and B, and then in between them, use the greater than, less than symbols to show which one you think has a greater area. Then at the bottom, you can say how confident you feel with area. Okay, so if you'd like to pause it here and have a go at this page as well. Okay. And now we'll move on to the answers, which I'm not going to waffle on about for a long time because they're quite self-explanatory. So the first one, you should have ticked A, because that shape's got the greater area. You can see down here, if you get one right, if you get 2 right, you get 1 mark. And if you get all of them right, you get 2 marks. Number 3 is up there, it's self-explanatory. And here, 2 different shapes with an area of 8 squares. So you don't have to have my 2 shapes. It can be any shapes you like, because it says 2 different shapes, as long as they're different to each other and they've got an area of 8. So remember, the squares can't join on the corners. They've got to join along the straight edges. And there has to be 8 of them. And then you can get the marks. And then you can pause here if you need to check those 3. And then the next page, again, it's pretty self-explanatory, so I won't go through all of that. You can read it for yourself. The one thing I would say is in number 7 here, it says any orientation. So you might have your rectangle, you might have that rectangle, but it might be standing up like a tower. And that's fine. It doesn't matter. Any orientation means any way round, as long as it's a rectangle. Okay, so have a look through those. Give yourselves a mark. And I think it's out of 15. So you can give yourself, count up how many marks you've got in total out of 15, and then you can decide how confident you feel with your area. We may have already done that already. Okay, and once you've done that, it will be the end of your lesson. So, and it's Friday, isn't it? So you can have a lovely weekend, and I will see you again on Monday.